Uh, okay, dear participant. First of all, good evening, all of you. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all in the 13th session of our two-week workshop series. Today's marks a very special and interactive phase of our journey as we move from learning to showcasing, from individual to understanding to collaborate applications. The focus of today's session is a group project presentation on AI plus statistical analysis. Over the past days, you have acquired insight into statistical techniques, AI tools, and their integration in real-world research. Now is the time to demonstrate how effectively these learning tools can be applied in practice. This session will not only allow you how to present your innovative work, but will also create a platform for peer review and constructive feedback, which is essential for academic and professional growth. A constructive dialogue, mutual learning, and opening to suggestion will make today's session enriching for all. We are honored to have Mr. Karan Juneja with us, who will guide and moderate with this important activity. With his expertise, I am sure the session will be engaging, insightful, and highly productive. I encourage all participants to present confidently, listen attentively, and contribute positively to discussion. Let us make today's presentation a celebration of collaborating, learning, and innovative thinking. Before inviting him, I would like to have a brief introduction about Mr. Karan Juneja. It is Mr. Juneja is our distributed session lead for today. He is currently serving as a business analytic and assistant manager with GenPact Consulting at Morgan Stanley. In this role, he has been instrumental in integrating balance sheet and revenue model into CCAR and ICAAP reporting, enhancing regularly compliance and driving efficiency through advanced statistical and technological solutions. Mr. Juneja has rich experience in applying Python, R, SQL, and Agile methodologies for developing forecasting process, users acceptance testing, and process standardization. His work emphasizes both regularly and regulatory compliance and innovation in financial modeling. Earlier, he also served as a data management and analytic intern at Niti Aayog, where he contributed to developing hybrid methodologies for poverty estimation in India and worked with the National Data and Analytic Platform, handling large-scale cross-sectional data from various state and central ministries. Academically, Mr. Juneja holds a master's degree in statistics from Ramjas College, University of Delhi, and bachelor's in mathematics from Maharishi Dayandar University. With strong expertise in data mining, statistical modeling, visualization, and machine learning, along with his achievement in academic and sports, Mr. Juneja is a unique blend of analytic skill and leadership quality. So we are honored to have him with today's to guide the group project presentation on AI and statistical analysis. Sir, dear Professor, dear Karan Juneja, welcome to this session. And now over to you, and welcome to all the participants. And once again, welcome to this session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Meher sir, for such a brief introduction. Like even I didn't know much facts about me. Like I have these qualities. Thank you for highlighting everything that I did before in my career. So I would request everyone, every joinee to turn on their camera if it is possible, because I feel like I'm talking to myself right now. It's very boring. I want to make it more engaging. So thank you, Hema. Thank you, Phil. Thank you for coming on
Jacob.
camera. Okay. So I'm currently working as a business analyst where I genuinely work with AI a lot these days because ChatGPT has been a game changer for us. Earlier, we used to write Python scripts, R scripts for like immense, it used to take like a week or even months sometimes to design a model where we are getting everything in tech and in place. So now what it has made our lives easy. What we give is we give a good prompt that okay, this is what I want to do, and this is what I need as an output. So these are the things that have been easy, but still the logical brain and everything, that is what we are giving to the computer. Computer doesn't have it on their own. That is a brief introduction about me and how I'm good to be in this position telling you that okay, how to use AI and everything, because I don't think I am competitive enough to be sitting in front of all the professors who used to teach me. I'm very much junior to you, every one of you. So this is only because I have industrial expertise and you have the academic expertise in this particular field. You must be too good at statistics than I am, but I would also learn from this session a lot because we'll be gonna keeping it interactive enough. One thing that amazed me when I started my statistics journey, because I am a maths graduate, so we studied very less statistics during our maths graduation. So I am very much amazed with a person who is working with Google as a data scientist. So she thinks that there are two kind of people who are statisticians. One is a Bayesian and another one is a frequentist. So anyone would like to tell me that what kind they are, and then we'll quickly jump on to a video, and then in the end we'll decide who we are. So I would need a vote for who all are Bayesian statisticians and who all are frequentists. You can turn on your mic and come onto the stage. I guess this term might be new for you, that who is a, okay, there are kind of statisticians as well. So I'll be sharing my screen.
Anyone, please don't hesitate if anyone know about these two terms.
Yeah, it's
Very
all right.
interesting question.
You can come.
Hema, I think you can reply. Please unmute your mic. Yeah.
No, I'm not a statistician by so, but then I went to ChatGPT and tried to, what the question Karan would like to, initiate actually. So I just got to know that it's a philosophy with which we should, look at the events. Like
Yes.
frequentist approach is a philosophy of probability, which generally parameter
That's a
is
great
fixed.
use of ChatGPT, though. Thank you for
Yes.
doing that, Hema. So I'll be sharing my screen and we'll be showing you a video very real quick. Like we'll be looking at the video first and we'll get to know what I was trying to ask. Let me know once you are able to see my screen.
Yes,
Is it
visible.
visible?
Visible, sir.
And audible as well.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir.
Video isn't audible, sir.
I guess there's some issue with the Zoom then. You can read subtitles even, that would work.
While sharing your screen, I think include audio option would be there.
The video doesn't seem to be playing at all. Yeah.
Okay. I can't see any audio sharing thing.
Even video is not visible now.
Yeah, that is what I like. I stopped sharing my screen now.
Fine.
Okay, I got the option. Thank you for the help. I'll share the link with Meher sir. He can share it.
Okay, sir, I am trying.
So sorry for the interruption. I guess this is the worst logistical approach we can take. Did you get it, sir?
Sir, I got the link.
Okay. Can you please share your screen?
I've got the US order here. Nothing special. There's shenanigans.
Your screen is not on share.
That's quite different. Right here. It's like, I hope you're saying
Yeah. Okay, Mayor sir, like I can explain what is there in the video. I guess this is some logistical issues we should have checked this. You can stop sharing your screen. So basically what happens is this, she is a decision scientist who is working in Google. So she shows you a coin, right? And she will tell you that, okay, it has heads or tails. So however, you won't be able to see it, what she's showing, but what is the probability that it is heads? Like, you can turn on your mic and answer. Like, if I toss a coin, what would be the probability that it would be a head?
So it's 1/2.
Yes.
Yeah, based on theory, it's 1/2.
Or my question was basically, what is the probability that it would be a heads? So for those who are saying that it is 1/2, they believe that there is a tails as well, right? And for those who would say that, okay, for heads, it is 0 or 1. The probability is either 0% or 100%. So that creates the divide from which school of thought you are coming, right? If you're coming from a Bayesian school of thought, you would have the answer as 50% because you are taking into consideration all the factors that are there. So you will be assigning equal odds. So what she says is, you don't know, like, what would be coming. So you are assigning equal odds to the situation. This is a belief type probability where it suggests that you are thinking in a Bayesian way. You allow uncertainty and express it as a probability. While if you're saying that the coin is already landed, it's either heads or tails. There's no probability in that fact. It's just known to me. Then the outcome is deterministic. So whatever we are getting, it's either heads or there's nothing. So it's either 100% or 0%. So even now it's just unknown, but this reflects a frequentist school of thought, right? So probability refers only to a long-term frequency. This frequentist kind of frequency is where you can see yourself. So I guess the Mitali answered that it is 1/2. So you are coming from Bayesian school of thought, and those who are thinking that it is either 0 or either 1, they can think of themselves as the other school of thought, which is the frequentist one. This is a very simple example of the school of thought, and I would like to, like, this kind of exercise is where we divide the group and I get to know that, okay, which kind you are. So I would like to know few answers from the audience, that what do they think, that which kind they are there any frequentists with us, or are we all logical enough to say that we are Bayesians? I'm waiting for answers. Maybe a chat would work. Is it like I'm not audible? Am I audible now? Can somebody answer? Hi. Okay. So I was asking, like, which kind you are, Bayesian or frequentist? Did you get to hear what I said about that earlier? Like my explanation on Bayesian and frequentist?
Karan sir, I was
Yes.
a bit away from the video, just I got the call. Could you please explain once again so that I can answer you?
So basically in that video, what happened is she tossed a coin and she asked you, what do you think is the probability of getting ahead? So once, if you tell me that, so what do you think, Hema,
It is
that what would be the probability of getting ahead?
50-50 chances.
So yeah, then if you're saying that it is a 50-50 chances, you are probably a Bayesian, because what a frequentist thinks is, he thinks that there's no other combination or possibility available for that particular situation to happen. They only think that, okay, I asked you what is the possibility of getting ahead. I didn't ask you would I get heads or there is also tails. I didn't show you coin. I didn't show you anything. So that is a thing that you know from the very beginning that, okay, a coin is two heads. So probability of getting a head is 50-50. So that's why you are coming from a Bayesian school of thoughts. There could be people who are coming from frequentist school of thoughts who think that, okay, things would happen in a certain way only. And that is the only way that the probability can be 0 or 100. Let's say, what is the probability that it would be raining today? People would say that, okay, it is 100%, confirming with the weather app, or they would say it is 0%. That is a frequentist approach. But if you say, let's say,
Is it
there's a 50.
Is it whenever you have a structured approach, or you have got a data with you, and then you decide certain things, that becomes a Bayesian philosophy? And then if you have a lot of confidence on yourself, or if you don't agree on the data availability, then you go with frequentist. Is it so?
Maybe this, what you said is opposite to it. So Bayesian is a school of thought which thinks that probability is a belief, that you believe that there is a tails as well. That is the belief.
Okay.
Or uncertainty. You give it a thought that, okay, there would be some uncertainty. While the frequentist treats probability in terms of repeated experiments or repeated frequencies. You will say, I won't be telling you that the probability of heads is 50%. So whenever you have like calculated the probability by doing 100 tosses, you would find that 700 times 70 times of the 100 times is heads. So that is where the probability of heads becomes 0.7, or sometimes it's 60 out of 100. So it is based on the number of data points that you collect, that you say that, okay, things are going to be different when I do it repeatedly. So once you have more data, you would be able to say that, okay, I have more data now. I have tried it number of times, and it is believed that probability of heads is coming out to be 0.6. That is not true in every case, but if you do it for the 1,000 times, you might have seen that very basic question. This is a very basic question. And those who are coming from the Bayesian school of thought, they think that, okay, there's only two kind of things. Either this is happening or that is not happening. So that's where the Bayes theorem came into picture, right? You might have heard of Bayes theorem, that there's always probability of A by B, and that gives a formula. So that Bayes theorem is coming from that school of thought, where we are going to be philosophically aligned that, okay, there are the probability would always be a belief, that, okay, I believe that if there are two sides of a coin, there would always be a chance that I'll get the 50, like I'll get heads one time, tails another time. So that is not happening in real world, right? If you are believing it to happen, then you are Bayesian. I guess you got it now.
So yes, they believe in yes or no equally.
If that is equal, things are not equal. Things are not equal in real
Always,
world,
yeah.
right?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So
I
if
got it
you
now.
toss a coin two times, you can get heads two times.
Correct.
If you calculate the probability now with those two sample datas, you will
100%.
get a different probability. You will get 100% of probability, right? So that is a frequentist approach of getting 100% thing. So I would like to know who all are frequentists. Maybe chat or anything would work. Even you can come on audio. Guys, be little engaging, please. Bayesian or frequentist? What are you? I guess you left your phone somewhere and you guys are just roaming around and doing your own work. Sorry for disturbing you on Saturday. If you'll answer, I'll move on to next. Okay. So next part is like what topic I was given for the 13th day. I know you have done a lot of homework in all these 12 days of your workshop or whatever it was. Sadly, I was not able to join the earlier classes, so I could get what you guys are doing. So basically, the topic that was given to me was somewhere around how you can integrate AI and your statistical analysis into the real world, like industry analysis, how you do it. So basically, that is what we do in daily life as a finance analyst where I'm working. So we are developing a methodology where we are uh, creating different models every day and see that, okay, which model is fitting it the best. You might have heard of, I got to know that people here are from different walks of their careers, like somebody is from health, somebody is from food science, but one thing that is common is we are, every one of us is doing some research and everyone is uh, finding something which has a cause and an effect. So that cause and effect is always statistically proven. So whatever we do statistically has to be supported with an evidence. So earlier, while we were studying, we used to go through books like, okay, this is the kind of big data we have, and what kind of test would be needed to do this regression technique, or maybe ANOVA, chi-square test, or t-test. That is something I believe you might have learned by now in all these 12 days, that what are other tests, what is a normal data, how to check for normalcy, what are the uh, limitations of a data that we have, and how to navigate through it, that how to work out from that data and get to a certain result and say that, okay, I believe that this effect is generally caused by these things, and there's a 70% possibility that this is true, or there's a 95% confidence interval that I can say that, okay, this is true. So how do you come to that confidence interval of saying that these things are happening and these things are happening for a reason, and these are statistically aligned and are also tested? How do you say that? There are multiple tests. We'll learn how to just say that, okay, this particular data is normal, and then what kind of test we can apply and what is the output that we can get. So I'll make this session a little interactive. I'll be asking your problem statements and we'll go through ChatGPT or maybe Perplexity, and we'll be gonna ask them that, okay, I have this kind of a data, this is what I'm trying to prove, and this is what I want to get, right? Shall I move on? I'll be sharing my screen. I'll be sharing a beautiful presentation that I created. So give me a show of hands if you can see my screen. As I'm feeling like I'm talking to myself. I don't know.
No, sir, I am listening to you. Don't worry.
Okay. So this is one of these are not my aesthetics really, right? And this is one of the use cases of AI that I beautifully integrated with this presentation essentially. So you will realize that, okay, this is what AI can do within seconds, which used to take like a week maybe or a month earlier, right? So this is who I am, and sitting in front of you, you all are much more experienced than me. But sometimes when it comes to technology, right, you get better at what you use regularly. So I know for sure for a fact that the generation that you are from, or maybe the kind of work that you are doing in academics, you must be using more of books and everything. We don't have books handy, and we are not even now used to reading books. We just go to Google and say, okay, this is the kind of data I have. I'll be jumping onto conclusions already. We don't have to read all those theory that was there. And that's why I might not be academically stronger than you, but I'm doing my job with the help of AI. So that's why Mayor sir contacted me and said, if you can come. I'll give you links of all the AI tools that I use in my general life. This is one of them, beautifully crafted. How I get the prompt of it, how I get everything about it. I have everything in it. So I'll show you. So why to combine generative AI with statistical analysis? Like, we were doing our stuff earlier as well, but were we aware that, okay, whatever we are doing it with proper methodologies? Because see, human mind has a limitation. We can read only certain stuff, we can do only certain readings, and that is all what we have as a human. That is the max we can do. But with generative AI, what happened is we have a larger set of data now. Let's say I will give him that, okay, what if I can consider my discrete variable as a continuous one? Or what if this deterministic probability that I'm getting can be a non-deterministic one? So right now, whatever we are getting in our AI tools as an output is all non-deterministic. So every time you hit that refresh button on the chat GPT, you'll get to know that every time the content of that particular output is getting changed and is getting better or worse. That depends on the prompt you give. So it essentially depends on what you ask them to do, because it also has some kind of limitation. You as a human can be good at guiding them. Sorry, did somebody say anything? Hey, I could hear somebody. Okay, consider it as a disturbance. So it has a rigorous framework. It can create more hypotheses. What we used to do earlier was create only two kind of hypotheses and do like one tail test or two tail test. Now, when we have AI in place, maybe we can go to endless possibilities and think of any number of hypotheses that exist in the world. Let's say if I say, would ChatGPT be harming us in future? So there would be two kind of hypotheses. Can somebody turn on their mics and think of hypotheses? What hypothesis can be there for this particular use case?
There could be a null hypothesis which says that there is no harm from AI.
Yeah. So there would be this one, and there would be an alternative hypothesis that would say, okay, there would be harm with the AI. So what we put as a null hypothesis is always something that we want to reject, that we wish to reject, right? And like my study is this. So what I can have in this is that I can include the percentages, how much it can harm, what specific industry it can damage. Let's say if I talk about people earlier than AI, it took job of people who were used to working with creative writing. It can do better. Who were used to generate some images and design some images, this AI tool can do better. Now they are moving forward to some new skills while AI is doing that for us within seconds. You might have seen few trends that are going over Instagram and few YouTube videos that are being generated using AI. People used to sit, write their content, shoot their video, and then upload it. Now it is happening within seconds if you have a good prompt for ChatGPT. So that would tell you essentially that okay, there can be multiple hypotheses for this particular use case, and this would be the impact on this particular industry with this particular confidence interval. We can have rigorous amount of data in this world. Earlier we were like limited that okay, this is my research paper, I'll be doing this particular research. Okay, what comes to my mind? Okay, this also comes to my mind, but this has a limitation that I cannot achieve this within 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, maybe. Earlier research used to take a lot of time. This time you just need to be good at giving prompts. You just need to be good at giving directions to the AI tool that you are using particularly. So it collaborates with you better, give you more insights on what you can do. So I'll tell you real life example of something that I was doing the other day. I was writing an email. I work out of Hungary right now. I was writing an email to the authorities. So it's been long. I have written my own email, and AI is doing it better because it is. I'm just telling AI tool that okay, this is the person concerned to whom I'm writing, and this is the kind of tone I want. This is the kind of message I want that person to perceive. So I was writing something to Hungarian authorities, and that is a government there. I didn't want to offend them with anything because I was asking some multiple questions to them. So that is what I explained to ChatGPT. Now, I never thought that I should be writing it in Hungarian because that is not my language. That is not what I know. ChatGPT gave me a suggestion that okay, I've given ChatGPT a prompt already that any search that I do with you, give me a suggestion. It should be better. It should be a better suggestion. Which government work generally takes like 30 days or some 15 days. With ChatGPT's suggestion to include the message in Hungarian language, so anyone in that office can read it, was turned out to be so helpful that I got the reply within 5 seconds. So that's how AI helps us. So that is enhanced collaboration. So it acted as a tool, right? And I was amazed with that I got a reply within 5 minutes, which is a great deal, right? Now moving on to what we have next. So these are some basic examples of what tests we do while we are doing some group research. And what I have considered group research because that was the topic given to me. Some of the individuals here might be doing individual research, but you are already a group with ChatGPT in place, with Perplexity in place, with multiple enormous tools that we have over the place. Who is Uttam Gupta? Can you stop doing what you're doing on screen? Thank you. So we have t-test, ANOVA, chi-square test, regression analysis. I think you must be aware of what these tests are. If you have any questions, maybe we can connect later over LinkedIn or WhatsApp. For these tests, how do we perform it or everything? My scope is not to cover all these tests because these are very theoretical things we'll be doing. So how it enhances all the statistical interpretations that we have. So whatever we interpret as a statistics. So what we used to get earlier was a z-score, t-score. Then we used to go to the t table, search for the number. Okay, this is coming out to be 0.05. Then we go into this lane. Okay, sometimes we used to even think, okay, the confidence interval is coming, this is coming out. So the p-value, if we used to search the p-value, if that was greater than 0.05, we used to accept that null hypothesis, while that was a human error that we used to do. So with this particular thing in place, we can simply ask, okay, this is my t-score. Tell me what would be the p-value of it. Should I accept the hypothesis or should I reject it? It would just take a moment for it to answer. It will go to every possible sample size. Let's say if you're calculating it for z-score, where the sample size is too much, you are doing it for t-tests, where the sample size is less than 30, all those things, it caters everything. Also, let's say I want to teach some statistical concept or something, some research concept to a guy who is from maybe some other field, who doesn't really have idea of what I was working in. So what happens here is, I'll go to ChatGPT, I'll say that, okay, this is what I have researched about. This is what I think it is. This is what my test says. Can you please tell it to me so that I can explain it to a person who doesn't know anything about it, anything about t-test? How would I explain it to him in a real life? Or maybe explain it to me in a way that I can explain it to a 5-year-old. So it will give me some examples of, let's say if we talk about seasonality, we are deep diving into the concept of time series. So time series are seasonal, right? Why are they seasonal? When we have a trend that comes in every season, let's say if we are analyzing ice cream sales every year, so in winters the ice cream sales are very less, while in summers the ice cream sales are on peak. So what we do here is, we'll see we'll see that okay, why these ice cream sales are getting higher in some summers. That is very obvious, right? But we would be able to explain it statistically as well as in a way that a 5-year-old understands. So that is where ChatGPT helps us in creating something that we might not think of. It gives us an extra brain on the side that, okay, use it and show us what you did in the world that you are in, right? You don't have to be generalized, have a general knowledge about everything and every concept that is being read there. You can just go to your subject matter expert, ask him that, okay, today I'm going to a social studies class with my knowledge of mathematics. What should I teach them? I would teach them history with numbers. How many people were born there then, and how many people are born at the same place now? That is very varied nowadays. Indian population was not this much earlier. How it rise, everything. This is something of social studies, right? But I'm including maths here. So that is my expertise. But ChatGPT or any AI tool would help me there in making my content accessible to everyone. So now I'll move to the next slide. But before that, I'll give you what pattern detection is, what a human brain cannot read. Let's say if you have 2900 rows, right? And you won't be able to see there are patterns in the data, but patterns are there in everything. That's why every statistical test that we perform is based on the assumption that the data is normalized. So that is a pattern which comes out. from the graph, right? So that pattern detection can be done using AI only. We don't need to do all those import matplotlib, plot a graph, give me if this is not uh, normal, what should I do to make my data normal? All those things I can avoid with just a simple prompt in chat GPT that, okay, what can I do with it now? So all those things. I'm sorry, this is not working, I guess. Okay. So as I already told you that it helps me verify if my curve is normal, if my data is normal. It does all the statistical graphs, neural networks that it follows, the data patterns, everything that has. So what do you think how Gen AI is working? Gen AI is basically working on all the data sets that are there and the neural connections with every website that they have. So we'll go to ChatGPT as well in the end. We'll see how the data is being retrieved and how we are getting it from neural networks, how it is linked with all these technologies that are playing or being acted in the backend. What we don't even know and what we don't even realize that what is happening in all these Gen AI tools, will realize that, okay, so what we can do, we can clean our data within that AI tool. We'll even see the experiment, how we can clean our data. I'll ask ChatGPT a prompt. Do you want me to do it now, or maybe we can take the questions and what should be the prompt of it in the end? How do you want me to take the session forward? I can do it even
So
now,
we can have a
or maybe
practical section
now, right now.
if time permits. I mean,
Sure, sure, sure. I'll be happy to do it. Okay. Let me quickly go through this PPT funds, whatever we have, and maybe in the end you'll have more questions like how does that work. I'll also give you uh, how I write my codes with the help of AI, how I ask AI that do this for me, and what prompts and how I can give them better prompts. The AI assistants can do automated data cleaning, real-time diagnostic. Let's say if there are some issues with the data, it can immediately tell me that, okay, this is the issue with the data. There are outliers in the data. What I can see is you need to remove those outliers. There are certain things that we do with the outliers, right? You must be aware by that. And there used to be a whole book of design experiments, how I can design my experiment, what should be the way I should retrieve the data from the people, and how I can move forward with the AI. Okay, so this is an example of how we work, right? Let's say I get a data and I won't be able to tell you what I do in bank. I'll give you a very generalized theme around, let's say you are living or coming to Delhi. So how would you see that if rent of a certain place is justified? If you are geeky enough, you'll go and search for the data. Why South Delhi is costlier than North Delhi or maybe East Delhi? That is just an example. You must not be aware of Delhi, but I'm telling you that why certain areas of a city are costlier than the others. So that generally what you would find a pattern in it. You'll see that where the rent is higher, you'll see that, okay, roads are better, there are better services nearby, there would be a proper marketplace, there won't be any hawkers coming into the streets, You won't be hearing unnecessary noises from the back end behind that. Okay, buy this, buy that. All those things matter when you live in a post society and when you're paying a high rent. So these are certain factors. Let's say our effect, what we are calculating is rent of a particular place, and what different factors would be streets, how are streets, what is the proximity of that particular area to the main road or main highway, what is the proximity to a railway station, what is the connection with the public transport that we are using. So all those things will be able to see in those factors, while you go to the cheap places where the rent is like 10,000 per month and where the rent is 50,000 per month, you'll see the difference, right? Hope you understood it. So I got the data from somewhere. I'll also tell you where do we source the financial data. There are certain tools where we source the financial data from. Then we do certain statistical analysis on top of that. We come on to a conclusion, and we conclude it in a way that even a normal human being can understand it. There was a study recently done that how do crude oil prices affect the prices of gold. Do you think there would be any correlation between all these things, like crude oil prices with gold? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
So what do you think would be the causal relationship between these? Like, let's say if crude oil prices are increasing, what do you think would be happening to the gold prices?
Actually, sir, they both are positively correlated because the gold of currency. So if the price of gold is being increased, automatically the price of petrol will and crude oils will increase, and vice versa.
Yeah. So basically what happened here is I couldn't see your name while sharing my screen. Can you tell me your name as well?
My name is Dr. Aparna.
Okay, Aparna. So what happened here is we were just concerned with, okay, let me know if gold prices would be increased by the price of crude oil. Nobody of us were like interested in what all factors did we take in, what all things we determined, that what is the probability, what is the confidence interval. All these statistical things or lingos were kept aside from that research paper, and in the end we just gave them a paper saying that, okay, this is what is the causal effect relationship of the crude oil with gold. You told me certain things that, okay, that is traded in USD and currency, all those things. So that is one of the factors, but there are other factors as well, right? On which it depends. So this is where stakeholder communication comes. So whosoever is reading your research paper out in the normal world would think that, okay, I need a one-liner thing, that is it affected or not. We'll come on to the ethical part later, because like Mayor sir told me that this ethics is something that we are getting everyday questions, that how ethical is it to use AI within your organization, how ethical it is to use AI. We'll come on to this part later on. Before that, do you guys have any recommendation on what we should practice and what kind of thing we should be practicing in real life, like on this practical implementation? We can go to any kind of data set, we can find any sort of data set, we'll be doing it real life just in front of you. We'll be giving ChatGPT prompts, we'll ask ChatGPT to visualize the data, everything we'll do end to end. Just give me a kind of data set you want me to work on.
Sir,
Yes.
there is Kaggle website where a lot of data sets are freely available. If we could
Yeah.
use some.
Okay. See, Kaggle is specifically some kind of data set that we have for data science only. And the data generally on Kaggle is for testing purposes only. That is not a real life data, right? But if you want, we can go here as well.
Maybe some of the data related to stress or for
I'll show you
education.
what. Okay. Data. What is your field, ma'am? Like,
I'm
what is
into it,
that you are
human
researching
resource
on?
management.
Okay. So let's take data on HR analytics. What about that? So this is a Power BI data basically. So what we present to like stakeholders using the data, that is very basic data. Uh, Also, if you can give me a little idea what language you are comfortable in. Do you use Excel in your real life, or you are like Python R kind of users? It would be great to understand like what kind of data we should pick here.
Excel is better, sir.
Excel is better. So we'll go with very simple data set. Let's say everyone here must be aware of Nifty stock market and everything that we have in real life, right? We get to know it from Google ads every day that okay, Nifty was up, down this much and that much. So this is the data, right? What we can see is it is trading at 54,785 or something right now. This is a 1 month average. This is a 6 month average. How it was behaving. This is a year to date. All those things, right? I don't know how to download it. Let me just log into it. Wait for a second. Okay. So jumping on to what we were doing earlier, we have multiple data sets here, right? Let's say this is IPO India data, right? Trending one. So this is an Excel sheet, right? How we would analyze it now is we'll give a prompt to ChatGPT that give me something how I can move forward with this data, what I can do with this particular data. I've attached this data for time series forecasting. See some patterns. See that ahead in time. Help me with that statistical tests that can be used or anything you think. So this is where I'm giving ChatGPT the suggestion that you can suggest me something that I can do upon my data set. Okay, anything you think can be done over to make my analysis stronger, right? See, this is a very basic prompt, right? Very simple English. It will do this for me, right? Hi, can we come on camera, please? Sure. Thank you, Hema. I guess you are the only one. Thank you for being there. Thank you for coming on camera. Because for the speaker, it feels very odd to see random names on the screen when you're doing something. Hope my screen is visible to you. I didn't even open the data set, right? And it is telling me that what the IPOs are doing. I didn't even have to go through the data. So how easy it is for me without even opening my Excel. I just downloaded it, gave it to ChatGPT, asked him or her, asked the AI tool that, okay, what should I do? How should my EDA be looking like? How should my cleaning process go? So you must be aware of all these tests, seasonal decomposition, how to remove seasonality, how to find correlation, regression, forecasting models. So what should be used? ARIMA, SARIMA, exponential smoothing, Profe, VAR. So this is where it has given me the steps to do. Now I'll tell her that, okay, now I got to know what should be done. It cannot clean the data, but can you tell me if data is normal and can it be used directly? I won't be going into nitty-gritties of how to use Excel because this is not an Excel masterclass. I'll be telling you, okay, this is what we have done so far in Excel, and this is what we are getting out of it. But can you tell me if data is normal and can it be used directly for my analysis? And if there are any outliers, what method to be used to get rid of that problem? Hope you are not getting bored, any of you. This is getting interesting. So it is doing normality test that we do. I'm also not aware how statistically sound you guys are. But these are certain things that we read every day in our statistical books. Shapiro will test, Kolmogorov, Smirnov test, QQ plot. So my favorite is the visualization of the data. Whenever I get to see something, the QQ plot tells me that, okay, this is getting along the normal line. Okay, now, and if you don't even know about, let's say I don't want to go through the book, and I'll explain me what is QQ test and give me the visualization of what a normal QQ plot is. It will tell you that as well, that okay, this is a quantile plot. It is a visual test for, I'll show you. It is also giving me how it would look. So now ChatGPT is done with its free limit. What I do is I have 3-4 IDs where I simply go with all these results. I copy paste it, that this is what I asked my friend. This is what it gave me. That is the way to save 400 rupees per month. Okay. So what I'll do is I can show you a normal example. So you understood, right? This is where my free service ends. I don't want to feel embarrassed that I can't spend 400 rupees. So I'll go to Perplexity and we'll ask Perplexity that what can you do with the IPO data? I've heard that is there in Taggle from 2010 to 2025. So see, the point is, I'm telling you that you don't need to go through the data even. You don't need to see what all lines are there. Just go. You don't need to spend time reading the data. Earlier, what we used to do is we used to find patterns by drawing graphs inside the Excel, or maybe I prefer Python and R. So I used to go ask the R to take in the data, run some codes, put my mind there and find some patterns. Now what this has done is, this has eased my business. Like my everyday work that was to analyze these data sets is a lot more easier. It's taking like very less time than usual. Like earlier, they used to give me 1 month to do certain tasks. I used to take 1 month and 1 week. Now what happens is I do it within 1 week. I give them the task within 25 days. So I have a complete 20 days of free time that I use in learning stuff and all those things. So that is where you can save your time. You don't have to be like where we were talking ethically, right? So corporates generally don't allow you to use AI. I can't just simply go into my office system and tell it that this is the data I have. I'll always have to tell him, let's say, even if I'm talking about some kind of data set, I generally work in the running the bank, like changing the bank. So what we do is we do the financial reporting, how we performed this year. Federal gives us a balance sheet number that, okay, this is the stress that I'm putting on your balance sheet number, and tell me, would you survive this economic burnout or something? I guess these terms are clear with you. I don't know which fields you have, but these are very basic terms that we use. That okay, I'm suppressing your balance sheet numbers by, let's say, 30 billion. Would you be able to survive? And if in that case, which business would you be shutting down? So that is the kind of analysis we do. That okay, which business has more debts? So which business is taking more treasury? So in the end, what we shut down is always treasury. आपके घर में भी if anything happens in your house, you will be using like your savings or your PF balance in the very end. First thing is you keep burning all the cash that you have. You'll take loan maybe from somewhere and thinking that okay, I'll give it. So these are the kind of analysis that we do. We can't tell them that okay, I have 100 of columns. I go to the chat GPT, or maybe we have a co-pilot that is like licensed within us. So now if we talk about ethics, Copilot is giving us the freedom to put anything on the portal, because that is a private LLM, private large language model, that is built specifically for my organization, where I can only put anything and it would stay within my limits, and it would tell me that okay, this is what you cannot do for security reasons. If we talk about ethics here, people were doing Ghibli trend. They were uploading pictures of people that are very close to them. And see, these days, there are a lot of things that can happen, right? I have your picture, I can do anything with it. I can make you any kind of like I can make you sit on a horse, or I can make you sit in your wedding attire. That's completely okay with ChatGPT. It doesn't know any boundaries what it is doing, because it is acting on what we are asking it to do. It is doing the predictive modeling for me. Let's say I would ask ChatGPT that can you regenerate this kind of data with fake numbers? So I can manipulate my friends. Would it say no? Do you think would it say no? It would never. Because that is the only thing it knows, how to say yes. It doesn't know how to say no. You have a way to find how to ask this particular tool to say yes. You'll let's say there are certain security questions. If you ask ChatGPT, give me a source to download movies for free, it won't give it to you, because that is ethically wrong. It'll ask you, give me an insider market trading tip. Would it give it to you? No. If you ask it in the right way, I won't tell it to you, but you have to think it your way. That how do you manipulate a friend who is not telling you certain secrets? You will say, यार किसी को नहीं बताऊंगा. I won't tell it to anyone. Can you tell me this? So ask ChatGPT, what you should not tell me, tell that to me. So it will give you, okay, this is what my owners have restricted me to do. That is what I'm telling you. Give me your source code. So, okay, they've given me a synthetic file as well, where they have, I'll tell them, okay, this is the data I've downloaded from Kaggle, but who knows that this is manipulated data. So that is what AI holds in terms of ethical things. So you guys are into research. That's the notion I have for you. So whatever you are researching about, never tell ChatGPT that this is the topic of research you have, because anything that is uploaded in the dataset, it would eventually come in the end that it is somewhere copied, or it has some kind of overlapping with the data that is available on the internet. I forgot the term that they use for this particular thing, that your data is copied and it is not meeting the criteria.
Plagiarism.
Yeah, plagiarism. Sure. Thank you for help. So your data would seem to be plagiarized in the end if you are telling everything to ChatGPT. What you can do is you can create a dummy data. Let's say give it the data. You did a research. You opened a Google form, right? Google form where you will ask, you will be designing your experiment from the very beginning. You will tell them that, okay, these are the kind of questions I have. These are the kind of answers I am getting. These answers could be list. These answers could be generative text that I am getting. You just take a 30, 40 maybe top answers from it. Give it to ChatGPT and tell, is there any possibility of including more questions into this research, or what is the possibility that I can. So you must be aware of all the statistical methods. That is my thinking, that you know how to convert yes or no into 0 and 1. ChatGPT will tell you everything. Just ask it for the basis of it, that okay, I only have these 30 lines, but in the backend you can have 500 data sets or data points for the same, so that you don't want your data to be plagiarized. Once you upload anything on ChatGPT, it stays with it. It never goes anywhere. I'll ask who is Karan Juneja. It will tell me, because it has the data. It is searching the web. Singer, musician. Now I would tell him Karan Juneja, MorganStanley, LinkedIn. Okay, maybe it couldn't find it, but earlier I did it as an experiment where it gave every information where I studied from. It brought out my Naukri profile, brought here my resume, everything from my past. It got here. What I have like, I generally use AI to change my resume. I'll be giving you like list of AI tools that I use in my day-to-day life, which I have collected and made it available for you. That is a very relevant information if we talk about all the AI tools that exist in life. You might have seen this PPTs, right? Making these is a hell lot of a task. You would need maybe a month, and I don't know, I don't even have these white pastel aesthetics as well. I'd be using some bright colors. So that is what I asked ChatGPT to give me this kind of. I'll also show you the prompt that I gave ChatGPT. This particular website, Gamma, and there are more such AI tools that you can use. It's been 1 hour 30 minutes already. I won't be taking much longer. So by now we are clear that how we would be using AI. If you have any questions that are very much related to your field, because I was told that every one of you is from different fields, you can hit me with questions. I'll give you the tools in the very end, and we can make this session interactive now. Maybe 10 more minutes we can utilize to get up with the questions, and what kind of prompts I would use if I would be there in your situation, and what kind of ethics I would follow if I am writing a research paper. Because what is told to us in the very beginning of when AI came to take over us, it is taking people's job eventually. So it is changing how people used to read books. Now I go to ChatGPT. Let's say I bought a book. It was before the coffee gets cold, right? I was sitting in a cafe. I was taking a sip of coffee. I realized, why to read the whole book? Why don't ask ChatGPT that give me a brief summary of that book? I asked it, okay, it gave me brief summary of that book that was available over Reddit, maybe Twitter, somebody put it. People are there who are putting their data out there, right? And it is utilizing the same data that is out there. So this is how ChatGPT works. My favorite is ChatGPT because because of the UI that ChatGPT has. Perplexity has a little dark UI. It doesn't understand the questions very much because in the backend, what matters is what language model you are training it on. ChatGPT by OpenAI is widely used. So let's say Hema ma'am is using something. ChatGPT has that as a database, right? ChatGPT understands what was told to it earlier, and then it improvises. So this is basically a kid who is being trained, and we are the parents of it. So consider it in that way. And while getting into ethical questions and what you should not do with it, just think what you would not do in front of your competitors, maybe, or maybe your kids. So that is the only limitation I would like you to think of while using ChatGPT or any AI tool that exists that I'll be giving it to you in the end. You want me to share the list with Meher sir or anything that would work for us? So now I'm open for questions. You have any kind of questions? I don't want to dive deep into statistics now. That is something if I go on, I'll take another 3 hours. You have any questions for me regarding your research and what kind of prompts you should choose and how to even pick those prompts? You can even ask ChatGPT that, do you think my prompt is right one, or do you want to suggest me something better for this prompt? And these competition in the market is always good. Let's say if you go into the market and you say, how much for this particular thing? It'll say, okay, 400. But it'll go to the next shop, it'll say, okay, 350, I'll give it to you. You'll go to the other shop, you'll say, okay, 350, he'll give it to you for 300 if that is permissible for him. So that is what I do. I use these tools interchangeably. I go to Perplexity, ask it some questions, ask him what could be better for this prompt. It gives me a certain prompt. I paste it into ChatGPT. ChatGPT gives me a result. And that's how I improvise on my prompts. I don't really want to write everything to AI because that is sharing a too much of information. I hope you understand. I'm open for questions. Pooja, Hema, Deepak, I can see names on screen. You have any questions? We can take it now.
Hello, sir.
Hello,
I have
Karan.
some of the
Hey, hi,
questions, like
Pooja.
little bit of list. I'll start with the ethical ones, but regarding research. In research,
Okay.
obviously we won't generate any kind of data from it. But as you told us, I had already a very big problem with the Excel sheets, how to use them. I am from microbiology background, basically
Okay.
biology. So I don't know much about stats. All I knew about are from workshops, so I practice a bit about that. Now, the same case, CSV or Excel file we download, and we don't know what to do with it. I know what
True.
parameters I have set that I want to present it, but I don't know what to do with it. That's the first point I clarified from you, that you told us how to do that. But how reliable ChatGPT or any kind of LLM model is for that, that it will suggest you the right thing to do with it. Like if I have to predict the pattern and the might be the future 5 to 10 years of that data, that how would it go, the patterns, then how reliable ChatGPT is in that?
See, for anything you want to do, let's say you want to learn swimming, right? You go to swimming class. You would go there and ask the trainer to teach you. He will tell you that do this, do that. But in the end, it is you who would learn to float, right? Keep your head 90 degrees straight and all those things. So first thing is, any research that you are performing, you should be knowing what you want in the end. So in computer science, there are 3 processes. One is input, another is processing, third is the output. So what is controllable here? You can control the inputs, right?
Input.
You can control the outputs in a certain way that what you want to perform with it. You can exclude certain kind of data. Let's say if you want to do that, this is what happens with this kind of a data. right? But the processing part is something which is out of control. There are set methodologies. I haven't formed them. I didn't define what regression is. I didn't define what ANOVA test is. I'm not sure how good t-test for a research is. So anything that is concerned with data is more based on what statistical tools you use. So you should be giving it maybe 30 rows that, okay, this is the kind of data I have. For 30 rows, it will tell you that if the data is normal, first is that thing. What thing you should be using? Maybe your data has date. I don't know how microbiology data looks like.
I just assume like date and some data regarding that might be values, numerical values.
Okay, so I'm thinking it would be a time series data. Let's say we are doing some research of a particle and we are thinking, okay, at this time it grew this much, at this time it. So how would it grow in next 10 years?
Yeah.
Let's take that as an example, right? So it will tell you, so how growth happens. Is it like very probabilistic growth or deterministic growth? That depends on how is your particle, right? ChatGPT won't be knowing that what would be coming out as a result, but it would tell you what process you could use. And how can you combine three processes? Let's say I tell you, use regression for your causal effect. You don't like the results of regression, and you shouldn't even be going with the first thing that you get in your research. There should always be a something on top of what you got as a result. So that is where ChatGPT can help you. That this is what I got from this particular data set using research methodology, and this is how how I designed my experiment. Do you think there could be another way to design this experiment? Suggest me.
Okay.
If that is
Suggestion,
an
you will ask
overlap,
for suggestion.
yeah, ask for suggestions from, maybe you will have a guide as well who would tell you, okay, these are the statistical techniques you should be using. You can reach out to me as well for the statistical part of it, that okay, this is the kind of data set. Do you think ChatGPT is telling me the right thing to do? Most of the cases it will tell you the right thing to do because it is taking the data from books that are there. There's only one Indian author who is considered god of statistics, S.C. Gupta and V.K. Kapoor. That particular, you can even tell it that take reference from S.C. Gupta and V.K. Kapoor.
Yeah, that will be
You can even
reference to the book.
upload the book. Yes, you can even upload the book. That according to this book, what should be the methodology that I should be covering? Because for every statistical technique, there are limitations to it. They won't. That's the reason we have confidence intervals in statistics. We can't be 100% confident about anything. Like you can't be 100% sure that what is sitting in front of you is a recording or not. I could be a human generated through AI. You're only 99% sure that I exist in real, right? So that is the possibility this world holds. So that is what you should be asking, or maybe I'll give you more tools in the end.
Okay, and I
So
have
you'll
another
realize that.
question.
Mhm.
I tried putting on the same prompt to Copilot, ChatGPT, and Gemini, and each one of them gave different answers. Plus, I have seen that, as you told, ChatGPT never says no, and it's a champ for you. I am saying the research topic one, I am thinking about it. What do you think about it? Is it novel or is it good to go? Then he'll, yeah, it's a great topic. You have a great mind. Then I'll go with research topic two. Yeah, this is great one. Like it never says no, don't go with it, or it's not that novel, or it doesn't have that much of a scope. So if there's a
Mhm.
prompt to like let it tell the truth about the reality of the research.
So that's why, like, we as humans would never be succeeded by ChatGPT, right? Or do you want ChatGPT to do that as well? Because it will eventually be taking over us. If that kind of brain ChatGPT would have, and don't even want, because it will be taking my job in future. What happens is when I said collaboration. So collaboration is a kind of thing where I can be your guide, I can be your friend. You can consult me for anything that I can do for you, but you can't rely on me for your thing. That's your life, that's your take. In the end, what you should be choosing is what a human brain can decide. You know, right? There's a gut feeling that what would be right or what would be wrong. ChatGPT don't have a gut feeling. ChatGPT only has data to support it.
It
That's
doesn't have a
why,
conscience.
yeah, because emotional quotient is as important as intelligence quotient. ChatGPT only has IQ, not a EQ. If you feel how ChatGPT is feeling, it would always be feeling happy. Just tell it that you are bad, it will feel sad automatically because it knows that if humans are told that they are bad, they feel that they are bad. It doesn't have an emotion of their own, because that makes it clear that you can use them as a collaborative tool, but please don't rely on it. Don't rely on it with anything. Don't think that, okay, whatever it is telling, it is truth. People have considered ChatGPT as their psychologists. But if once you'll go to a psychologist, you will realize that whatever ChatGPT was telling you is wrong.
Okay, another one. I have another one. Sorry to take you
Uh-huh.
that much of a time, but
Sure.
like in the paraphrasers or paperpal or anywhere, we write our own content. Okay, and then we paraphrase it in
Mm-hmm.
academics or in fluency, just to like note.
Quillbot.
Yeah, then mostly Quillbot and it could be paperpal. I even tried it with ChatGPT. So will it be still stored as AI generated, or is it like it's generated by a human but just paraphrased by it? But still, it's like counted as plagiarism in some of the publications. So how to deal with that?
See, there are tools to check plagiarism, right?
Yeah.
Like the university where I was, we were working on a research paper which never got published because of plagiarism in the end, because every idea has been thought once. There's
Most
nothing
of the times
new.
it happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So the thing is, you have to check that for plagiarism. But okay, the thing with paraphrasing is if you are paraphrasing a para, that makes sense. If you're paraphrasing your whole document, that doesn't really make sense because it will eventually come up to a place where it was originally.
Yeah. But yeah, just we do a
So
little bit
don't.
of sentencing changes, structure changes. Like we have
Yes, let's say the question is asked by Pooja. Pooja is asking me this question. Those kind of things is paraphrasing, right?
yeah.
So if you are changing the voice, even that would not lead to plagiarism. But yeah, if you're the best part about ChatGPT is sometimes you don't know who said this word, who discovered this thing. ChatGPT can tell you where it is mentioned. Tell me the data sources of how I can get it. You can ask them that. If you'll have more questions, come to me over LinkedIn.
Yeah,
We'll have
thank you for your
more question
time.
answer. Thank you. Hema, yes.
Yeah, I just wanted to, continue with the communication you people were having, the conversation where AI should take over or suggest something like that. So
Mm-hmm.
recently, maybe day before yesterday, I watched Beyond. Therein, the news was there. ChatGPT insisted a small boy to commit suicide.
Suicide. Yes.
Yes,
And
that was
it
horrible.
even helped
That
them write the suicide note.
yes, that was horrible out there. When we see such incidents, we should get afraid, and the kind of what you say accessibility it is with the children, it is to be really worried. We have to be worried about such situation. I think everybody on this platform would agree to me. uh, there are people, yesterday only again I read one of the article that some Stanford University professor is mandating their children to write handwritten answers in his
Mm-hmm.
you know classes. So where to stop, where to begin? We have to limit ourselves where that's the best part of it. Of course,
See,
everything
maybe
is.
you guys are interacting with the students more, and like in my world, there's a luck for those who are working hard and who are working smarter. But when we are in initial phases, let's say my base, how a kid would learn ABCD and everything, you can't just tell ChatGPT to teach it. Teachers have to take the pain. So if we talk about something that students are doing, because everything has shortcuts nowadays. I can prepare for a paper within 1 day, but eventually I'll have to learn it. I can ask ChatGPT that help me learn this book. It will give you bites from that book, that okay, structure of that book, break down the structure for you, and tell you that okay, these are the things that I'll be suggesting you to do. All kind of stuff ChatGPT can help you with. But in the end, we as a humans have to think who should be taking over us, because even if like at my age, what I am, even I don't allow my parents to take my decisions. So who ChatGPT is? So that is in the end the discretion of an individual, that what they allow and what they consume, because there is content everywhere. What you are consuming is matters the most. But make sure that your algorithm is aligned with what you think, because even YouTube shows you what you are watching previously, and it never shows you new stuff. So make sure you are deleting your ChatGPT history to make it more real. It is easier to act with the history because it has information stored with it, but tell it that do not ever take this into concentration in our future conversations. ChatGPT understands that. So that is kind of large language models we have inside our organization, which are already being told. Think of it as a human only. But the only thing is, it won't do anything that you won't tell it to do. It would do only the things that you would ask it to do. And the sources are all over internet. Arun Kumar Mandal has a question. What are new statistical methods are emerging due to advancement in AI? So statistical methods were already there, right? We used to think of neural networks as a concept of algebra. But nowadays, neural networks is more of a statistical thing, and is the basis of what we have as this large language model. So what do you think, ChatGPT? Let's say I asked ChatGPT this question in front of you. So it gives me sources, right? It gives me Apple Music, it gives me IMDb, it gives me Instagram. So there is a thread that is running through all these sources. While earlier we used to do Google search, if I'll do a Google search and I'll say Karan Juneja, it'll give me these things. So this is because they have SEO sort of thing. Subject, they used to optimize their search engine queries. That was because of this. Now, when you go to ChatGPT, it gives you everything that is available over the internet and in a concise manner. So when you ask me this question that what are the new statistical methods, maybe if there are any statistical researchers who are finding new regression methods, because we started with linear regression, we went on ahead with the classification methods where we were having logistic regressions. Earlier, we only had linear regression and not a logistic regression. We used to convert the classification theories into the probability theories and get the results, then convert it into those things. Then we came up with everything is evolving. I'm not sure with the new statistical methods, but because we are using the old school methods only. How can Bayesian probability be used in weather forecasting? So Bayesian probability is based on Bayes theorem. So if you go to Bayes theorem, You have a probability of would it be raining? Probability of rain, let's say, is 0.7. Probability of sunny day is 0.3. Probability that it would rain if it was sunny. So it is based on how if this would have happened. So that we keep in the base, and P of A by B is calculated by the Bayes formula. You can simply ask this ChatGPT. What I have told you, we can make smart use of AI here, and you can even learn things from it. Do you have any other questions? There's Zaiba Ansari, my research topic analyzing real life data. Which prompt should I use and make my research to suggest an AI tool for my topic? Zeva, it would be better if we can connect offline for this. I need to understand the topic more. Because generating
sir.
something on the basis of what you give to me initially would be wrong and would have less data points.
Okay.
Give the list of various tools that you use. Okay. Now comes the time when we will be giving you tools. Okay. So these are all the tools that I use. Initially, Perplexity, Copilot. There's a Compose AI for email reply. If you want, I can show it to you right now, but it'll take eventually for 23. It will take 2 minutes each, 46 more minutes. But I'll give this list to you over an email. Maybe Meher sir would have all the email IDs. I'll give it to you as a text, so you can go and try everything that is there. There's
Sir, we
another.
are in a group chat, so if you share it with Meher sir, he'll put it in the group chat. All the participants
Okay,
are in the group chat there.
that's great. That's great. Then there's Humata, which break down financial documents, like the bigger ones. People had a question, how do you read all the financial documents? So there's a SEBI researcher. You need to clear an exam. After that, you go to the company's website, search for their like balance sheet, projections, everything, read it out. It is a 160, 170 page, but Humata made it easy for everyone. Cider, if you want to create the graphs out of the data set, you can use Cider. Few of the tools are free. Few of them comes with like 10 prompts per month. Few of them are like very affordable. That depends upon what is your use case and how you will go about it. There's Adobe Podcast AI to clean up audio. Let's say if I do this recording for the session, and how I told you that you can't just get if I am a human or an AI. Claude to read dashboards and infographics. Some people have difficulty reading pie charts. I have difficulty reading bar graphs. I have to put my finger on the bar, go to the left, extreme left, and see, okay, what number is this? So I generally upload the dashboard to this Claude. Then there's Opus Clip to turn videos into content script. You have a YouTube video which is like 2 hours long and is teaching you a concept. So you can go to Opus Clip, give the YouTube link, take that from Opus Clips, the content script, give it to ChatGPT, ask it to summarize you within 10 lines, 20 lines, on the basis of how important that video is for you. So that is how you can collaborate with the different tools that are there. Then there's Gemini, YouTube video into a LinkedIn post. People are doing this now, like every other day, you will see LinkedIn posts. Earlier, the frequency was very less, but nowadays everyone is using AI. They are putting YouTube video links and getting these LinkedIn posts out of it. Simplified, get AI to create content that go viral and even scripts for YouTube. Maybe some of you thinking that, okay, this research is not paying me enough, then content creation is there for you. ChatGPT, we know. Gamma is what I use for creating this PPT. It took me just 2 minutes. I asked ChatGPT, I'll show you what prompt I gave. Numerous is Excel Pro using AI. Pooja had a question that she is unable to understand Excel. So you can just go to Numerous, give it your Excel sheet. It will tell you all the Excel things that Excel can do using AI. ChatGPT, job hunt through AI. I don't know if you are working already. I want you to switch. Framer is building website using AI. It will tell you how to create the MVP1, MVP2, MVP3, what should be there in the. So Amazon started with just a basic search engine where you were searching for the things. It used to appear there were 10, 20 things that were there. And all these all things like content ideas, Framer, Leonardo, Hagen Labs, InVideo.ai, AI prompt engineering, Resume.ai, open. So go through all this. If you have any questions, reach out to me or maybe Meher sir. I'll send these links to Meher sir, and hope you like the session. And I was not boring throughout the lecture.
Hello.
Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session and really very interactive, informative, knowledgeable to all the participants and queries, questions, and a nice discussion. Doubts has been clear. And still, if the participant have some more questions, the session is open to discuss. You can unmute your mic or you can ask some more questions if you have. And the AI tools, the list whenever I have, I will share with all the participants so that you can check all these tools for your purpose. Yes, I want to ask if the participant have any question, please.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, Karan.
Hi, Reena.
Hi. Yeah. First of all, it was really, I mean, I should say, was very modern information. I mean, with the current scenario, and really good English and accent. And my question is
Thank
that yeah, I think you belong to Delhi, so your accent is very good. So
I belong to Haryana.
yeah. Okay, you are from Haryana? Okay, nice. Okay, sir. What I want to know is that I think it's my second workshop with Meher sir, and I'm a computer science professor. And my question is that I'm really a little bit confused that sometimes it's almost every speaker is saying that you have to take your own decision that what kind of questions you should ask to AI, right? And which AI is supposed to be used for particular thing. So I understand this is a something human cognitive thing, but will there be any chance that we can find some document or some help online or that this AI is good for such kind of problems? I hope you are getting what I'm asking. So, or will
If
there
you'll
be
ask
any?
ChatGPT that what is your
Yeah.
base model,
Yeah.
what are you trained on, it will give you all those
Okay.
information as well.
Okay.
I guess you would be able to read those cryptic things which computer science professionals do, but it
Yeah.
would essentially tell you that okay, I don't, if I want to like write a LinkedIn post, let's say I go to Perplexity. Perplexity is good with English.
Okay.
If I want to generate some images, I go to Gemini. It is good with that
Okay.
content and
Okay.
pixels because of the Google's methodology behind it. If I want to do chat, let's say I'm feeling something, I go to ChatGPT.
Yeah.
That's their model is. If I want to do
Okay.
financial research, I told you other in the chat you can copy paste it in your
Sure.
notes or something. I'll
Actually,
share
Karan,
you
what I
more like.
want, it is not a query. Actually, I really want you if you can just give us proper some Instagram profile of you, or some very well-known social profile of you, where we can find proper lining, proper, what should I say, aligning that for particular thing, like you're telling me verbally, that particular document or something, information, so that we can use it, and so that will be very beneficial,
See, I'm not an AI professional, to be honest. I am just a finance guy
But you have
who.
very much knowledge. So that can be used, and that can be used as a base document for that thing, because this is a question of every computer science, or what should I say, AI user. So how to use, that is okay, but where to use and how much to use, that is still a question mark. You're getting me.
Yeah, I got your point. So basically, what happens is with time, you develop these things, because I can't ask a college student to have all this information, because he is not
Yeah,
working on real life data sets. When you
fine.
work on real life data sets, when you are working on some environment where pressure is there, where you have to meet deadlines, you
Yeah.
go searching for shortcuts. So I guess
Okay.
we should let, maybe you are a professor, so you should let your students explore what is there on web, and not
Right,
give
right,
them
right.
on the plate. Maybe you can keep it for you, but not to give students all this, because they'll be finding shortcuts in the very beginning. They won't even be asking Google that is there an AI tool to do this, because there is an AI tool for everything. If you type anything and type io.io or .ai, there are tools that will open up. There are domains that are already solved. But
You have
how,
given me
what is,
hint. I understood your point. So
yeah,
AI, I'm supposed to write .io or AI, then I'll find the
.ai.
perfect, probably some options, so that I can find, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Thanks a
Because
lot.
this is
Thank
what
you.
I've collated with my own use case, what I need
Okay.
the most. Yeah,
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
sure, sure. I guess with interest of time, we have already spent
Yeah,
2 hours.
any work?
I didn't think this would happen for like this long. I really love your
Prof.
interactive. Hi, Phil.
Hello, Prof.
Yeah.
Yeah, Phil Jacob.
Yeah. Yeah, I have about 3 questions on the chat box. Can you address those 3 questions, please?
Can we do one thing? Like, I'll be giving you my Instagram profile, LinkedIn profile. Let's connect over LinkedIn. Whatever questions you'll have, let's connect over there. I'll try to help you as much as I can. Would that work? Do
Okay.
you use LinkedIn? Or you can take my
Yes.
WhatsApp number as well. I'll give it to you over in chat. Don't buzz me after this. I'm already tired after speaking 2 hours on camera. I've given you my number. I'm giving you my LinkedIn profile as well right now, where Mayor sir found me. So it might not be that impressive as people have, because I'm not an influencer or anything. I'm just a normal guy who's working in corporate, but has a basic knowledge, because I'm a student of statistics. That's the reason, like, this is my number, this is my LinkedIn profile. Make sure you send me that, okay, we met in this particular session. Somebody just gave me a call. Okay, Mayor sir, like, you can give the
Thank you,
closing
sir.
note.
Thank you. And before ending this session, I would like to ask to all the participants, please open the webcam for having the groups restored. And also the feedback form for the today's session is there in the chat box. You can access from that place and submit after accessing the same. Thanks once again. I am requesting to all the participants, please open the webcam for having the screenshot.
Okay, so you all were there all this time. I was not able to see you.
Okay. Sir, session was really very interactive, informative, and knowledgeable. And many things you add in this session, which really very helpful to all the participants. And if there is any query, any question, participant can easily reach out. LinkedIn link is there, and also contact number. And the list of all the tools which we will access will be there in the WhatsApp group after the session. So thank you for the today's session. Tomorrow we will resume the last session tomorrow at the same time. And for the today, good night. Thank you, sir, once again for this wonderful session.
Thank you, Meher sir, for hosting me. It was nice interacting with the people who are not really using AI in their day-to-day life. We are using it every day for even the smaller things, and even we have forgotten our Excel formulas. Like that is even what we are asking ChatGPT. ChatGPT must be thinking how dumb these humans are. But that is the con that comes with very emerging use of AI. So I really want everyone to like do their own due diligence before writing anything to AI or copy pasting anything from AI, because this is not yet reliable, but maybe in future if we train it with good data, it would be someday. All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you once again. And thanks to all the participants. You can submit your feedback form for the today's session. Dear participant, the feedback form link is available there in the chat box. Please check out and submit it. And after that, you can leave the meeting. Thank you.